during 1979. And they were actually in a meeting, a management meeting, like how all of us are discussing today. In that meeting, an executive made a statement like this: the real problem at Motorola is our quality stinks. Can somebody elaborate on this statement? What do you mean by the statement? Our quality stinks. So what is that? This is a voice of customer or voice of business? What it is?
Business.
This is voice of the business, right? So voice of the business can be a beautiful tool to identify improvement area, to identify the improvement opportunity. Voice of the voice of the business can be used as a tool to identify your first Six Sigma project. So the problem, the quality stinks means their defect rates are more, the external failures are happening, internal failures are happening, and brand name is getting damaged, and their profits are not that much thick, operational costs are very high. All of them are included in that just one statement. And so our the CEO of the company, Robert Bob Galvin, realized one thing, that our approach towards the quality must be changed. We should improve the quality. At the same time, our approach towards quality should also be improved. Sometimes we poorly use the word quality. We use the word quality for everything, right? So the Robert Bob Galvin threw a challenge to all their people in the company to achieve tenfold growth in the next span of 5 years, right? And then the responsibility was given to two gentlemen. One is Bill Smith. Bill Smith is an engineer like you, and Michael Harry. Michael Harry is a statistician, right? Maybe some of you might be a statistician also, right? So exactly people like you, two people like you, developed this approach, Six Sigma, right? And at the same time, Bill Smith, he published a paper, in fact, presented a paper in a conference talking about correlation between repair of a product and its field life. Can somebody tell me what is correlation? What is correlation?
Integrating the
relationship
facts
between
Relationship.
relationship between two
Very good.
items.
Beautiful
Objects.
answer. Correlation is nothing but a relationship exists between the two things you are talking, maybe two variables, right? So that means when the product underwent lot of repair, its field life will be low. If a product passed through in the first run without any issues, the product field life will be high. This is the finding of Bill Smith. He presented it in a paper, and then he was requested to do it for the company, because it's needed in every company, isn't it? Why should we repair the product so many times before even sending to the customer? So this thinking gave birth to Six Sigma approach. And then Dr. Michael Harry, who is a statistician. So statistics is all about predicting the performances. What happened in the past, what is happening currently, and what is going to happen in the future. If you look at the entire universe, certain things happen in a predictable way. Certain things happen in an unpredictable way. Always problem is a mix of predictable and unpredictable things. If your problem is a predictable one, it's an easy to solve. It's an easy to solve. If the problem is completely unpredictable, then no approach can give you solution. So that is why God has created everything as a mix of two things. So any problem, you will always try to understand which portion of the problem is predictable and which portion of the problem is unpredictable. Unpredictable means you really can't gain control over it. Predictable means you can gain control over it. So Six Sigma is to solve problems where you can have control over your process, or control over your factors, or control over your results. Wherever you feel like you have control over, then definitely you can solve it with the adequate knowledge in statistics. And particularly a distribution called normal distribution is found to be the phenomenon in most of the events. A normal distribution is nothing but a bell-shaped distribution. You can easily observe this in many of the process, and that is why it is called a normal distribution. Otherwise, it could have been given some other name, like the Poisson distribution, Weibull distribution, binomial distribution, and many other things. So, with the knowledge of the statistics, particularly with the knowledge of the normal distribution, Michael Harry and Bill Smith, they come out with a beautiful finding. If you can center a process, at a point which is 6 sigma distance away from the rejection limit or rejection point, your process will start producing defect-free results. How many of you are able to understand my statement just now I made?
Yeah, understood.
Beautiful, beautiful. That
Can
means,
you repeat, Dr. Gopal, can you repeat your
yes,
statement,
I'll
please?
repeat and also give an example so that everybody can now understand. If you center a process at a point which is 6 sigma distance away from the rejection point, your process will start delivering defect-free results, defect-free outputs, close to 100% perfection. Let me give an example. What is the passing mark of the black belt exam?
60.
And now tell me, what do you want to target? Do you want to target 60?
No, at least 85.
At
100.
least 85. So why are you moving away from the target? Because you wanted to be safer. You don't want to be in the list of failed candidates. Isn't it? You wanted to be sure that you are always there on the positive side. So centering your process at a distance, at least 6 sigma away from the rejection point, will deliver defect-free results. So that means all of you, if you aim for 85 or 90, all of you are going to qualify in the examination. Am I correct? Aiming is one thing, actually performing is other thing.
Yes, sir.
Aiming is one thing, actually performing is other thing, right? So actually performing is important. So stick to all the guidelines we are giving you, and for sure you will get two benefits. One is your certificate will be in your hand. Other one is you will be the best black belt in the market, right? Right. So Michael Harry and Bill Smith, they developed this approach and then they called it a 6 sigma method. Why it is 6 sigma? Because the center of the process is at a distance of 6 sigma units from the rejection point. These are nothing but the specification limits, right? Specification limit is a point beyond which customer is not willing to accept your products, accept your services, right? So center your process at least at a distance of 6 sigma from the nearest specification limit to produce defect-free products. So if at all there is any defect, because I already said 100% is impossible, and Michael Harry and Bill Smith, they knew that, and they also gave a benchmark value. If at all there are any defects, the defects will be limited to 3.4 DPMO. What is DPMO stand for? Can somebody expand this?
Defects per million opportunities.
Beautiful. 3.4 defects per million opportunities is the chance you are leaving in your process to produce a defect. What is an opportunity?
An opportunity is an event where you have to do something. Do anything.
Any kind of non-conformance is an opportunity for a failure. Any kind of non-conformance, right? Any deviation which is not tolerable by your customer is called what? Non-conformance. So there are several opportunities that might exist in any product. You take my slide. What are the opportunities for failure? If I keep all my font very small, will you be happy? Will you tolerate? No. You wanted to read it, because you are attending the program using mobile also, some of you. Screen is already, just 4 inch, 5 inch. So you expect a bigger font. So a non-conformance opportunity is font size. And now a lot of spelling errors in my slide. That is another opportunity. What is the third opportunity? Can somebody tell third opportunity now?
Third opportunity is too much technical stuff.
Oh, too much. Very good. Third opportunity. Beautiful. And then what I talk and what is written on the slide, irrelevant.
Correct.
This is how you need to define the opportunity for failure. If there are 1 million opportunity exists, you are designing your process so beautifully that it may fail only on 3.4 opportunities. Got it? This is the kind of result a Six Sigma process can give you. And for somebody to achieve these kind of results, he should be properly trained. Otherwise, it will not make sense, right? For doing a trial and error method, you cannot talk zero defect and all. There are many approaches. They straight away say zero defect. They put a big board on the outside the company saying zero defect. But zero defect, whether it is really happening or not, only God only knows, right? So we need to be committed. We need to be trained. We need to be educated. We need to be, engaged. We need to be empowered. There are many things. If you do all these things, then these goals will happen. And that's why Michael Harry and Bill Smith, they developed an university called Motorola University. And they designed the courses: yellow belt, green belt, black belt, master black belt, champion, sponsor. And then every belt level is a level of proficiency in the knowledge and skill so that he can participate in the improvement project. Can you expect someone not knowledgeable in the approach and then still produce results in the project? That's not a good idea, isn't it? So people have to be trained. So Motorola developed their own university, their own courses, trained their own people and certified their own people and given them different belt levels. This belt level is a indication or a measure of the individual's capability to deliver results from the project, right? Belt level is a indication of level of capability an individual has got to deliver results from the project. What a black belt can do, a green belt cannot do. What a green belt can do, an yellow belt cannot do. And no belt, difficult. You need to, right? And this is the history. So Motorola is $400 million